Trade Board. Let's look at who's available. Now, there's a late-breaking name I'm going to put at the top of the board. I'm violating the code. I don't know what's fact or fiction. I can only tell you what my network guys that I email back and forth who are on the beat tell me. The Giants are talking to the Yankees about Blake Snell.
Nice.
Blake Snell, of course, had the wretched start, reported late, got hurt. His last 4 starts, 0.95 ERA. His last start, he had 15 strikeouts. All of a sudden, he's dialed in. San Francisco signed him to a 2-year, $60 million deal, $30 million this time, and his option next year. They don't think he's coming back. So the question is, they're shopping him. The Yankees have stepped forward, and the Yankees negotiated with him last winter. The Yankees have got a plethora of young players they could use as trade bait, and they definitely need a dog at the top of the rotation to work with Garrett Cole, who's not been what Garrett Cole was prior to his injury in spring training. Now, the problem is with Blake Snell, if you trade a load of minor leaguers to get him, you get him for the final 2 months of the season and hopefully postseason. But if dude opts out, now you don't have me, goes on the open market, unless you think I'm just going to re-sign him regardless. And that means the price tag goes up, et cetera, et cetera. But boy, he could be what the Yankees need. And I don't think there's probably a hell of a lot of other takers out there. I don't know if San Francisco's dealing from a disadvantage because everybody knows he can opt out November 1st and go back into the free agent market, represented by
Scott Boras.
There you go. And that always means price tag.
Yeah.
So this is fascinating. So Blake Snell is right there. In Detroit, I just don't understand it. I mean, they are shopping their ace left-hander, Tarek Skubal. Jack Flaherty, we hear, is going to be traded. Dodgers are in the running for him. Yankees are in the running for him. Padres are in the running for him. Third name on the board is Garrett Crochet. White Sox are trying to shop him, but there's a huge issue that just developed because Crochet's agent says, before we accept a trade, we want somebody to guarantee us there's going to be a contract extension. This guy's going to be in somebody's pennant race. He wants to be paid like a frontline starter. All of a sudden, that's just kind of shown up. Luis Robert, outfielder. Dodgers had interest in him. Does the Edmund trade from the Cardinals mean they won't trade and have to pay steeply for Luis Robert? Toronto, depends who you talk to, covering the Blue Jays. One says Chris Bassit, Kevin Gausman are going to be traded. Others say absolutely not. Third group of writers say Vlad Guerrero is being shopped. Reds are shopping Frankie Montas. He's bounced around. He's had injury problems. He's never quite lived up to what he thought he would. And Texas, which has already traded one pitcher away, is now talking about shopping Nathan Eovaldi. So there are more dominoes going to fall here between now and Tuesday afternoon, 3 p.m. San Diego time when the window closes. So, John, your reaction to Snell, Frisco, New York, where, and then other hot names that catch your attention?
Well, the other hot name, I was just looking online while you were outlining this segment. Justin Turner just got flipped. He just went to Seattle. So all this action's going on. This makes this time of the year it's like Christmas.
So the Mets get a Rosarina and Turner to go with Julio Rodriguez and J.P. Crawford to try to fix their weak-ass batting order.
Yeah, so the Mariners, can they fix it? I don't know, So
well, they got pitching now that added some bats.
There you go.
That's a good rental. I like Justin Turner.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he looks like the AM/PM guy.
Yeah.
But the Blake Snell thing is very interesting to me because, first of all, I'm very happy that he's performing like we had him last year. When
finally,
and he's always a slow starter and all that. And the Giants seem to it was like a desperate kind of a move when they signed him in the first place. That contract doesn't work for them. So I think if Blake Snell were to be traded, that's great. I mean, the Yankees are a great place for him to land if he can handle the New York media, which I think is a big question mark. But aren't the Padres kind of poking their nose around with Blake Snell?
Yeah, but that's with the understanding he is owed, I want to say, at least $10 million for the rest of the season. The Padres, the last I checked, the Padres had about $8 to $12 million total, and have already taken on Jason Adams' contract. And Giants are going to let him come to this team in this division. And what do the Padres got left that they're going to give up? I don't think he's going to come cheap. San Francisco is not going to send him to San Diego as a favor.
Yeah. Right.
So, I mean, how much more does A.J. Preller got that he can actually move that makes any sense? And the fact that the Yankees have dealt with Boris, have a relationship with Boris, or in the running to bid on Snell last year. That makes a lot of sense to me. And the Yankees, I still think, have a lot of chips that they can use. And New York could handle a $30 million opt-in payroll price tag next season. Fascinating to see.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, the Giants have already unloaded an outfielder. Was it Toshman, I think?
Yes.
So they're definitely in sell mode. So yeah, this Blake Snell deal is going to be fascinating.
So you're a baseball fan. We have put a ton of baseball topics on the table. I want you to jump into Fans Forum right now so you can be first in line to ask a question, express an opinion. Go ahead, give us a rating on what Preller just did with Tampa Bay. Give us your reaction to the Dodger, Cardinal, White Sox 3-team trade, and of course the other hot names that are out there.